all this cool shit and they ain't gonna talk about it. Probably delete the first 10 minutes of it. Then when I reenact it, the people don't even know. We've been faking it since the beginning. They've all been pre-recorded. You know what I mean? I want the truth to be out there. Okay, everything's been pre-recorded, scripted. There's a guy holding the fucking thing right there. What the fuck is in here? Dog treats. Come on, let me get this out.
You gotta get that. We just have like a dude in here laying down. It could be a footrest.
Oh, he could. He is a good footrest. Mm-hmm. He's a proper black lab. You know, once he's down, he also, poor guy, man. I mean, he's old. He's at least. I mean, he might be 15 years old. He's that old, dude. He is at least 12. I got him a long time ago.
Tank's Gary turned 10, and he's really slowed down the past like 6 months.
Man, I got him. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, so I think it's or 13 maybe years. I want to say around. Maybe only. Yeah, it's at least. He's definitely over 10.
Yeah,
he's a little bit. I got him when he was almost 1 year old anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
I got him, dude. I got him when I was. Yeah, so I was 26 when I started Racks, and I already had them.
Mm.
So I'm 30. I think I'm 38.
You think you're 38?
I'm not sure.
You ain't fucking 38. What year were you born?
85.
No, you're 37.
Okay, I'm 37. So
maybe 38. When's your birthday?
Well, it's definitely 8 because there's 23 and there's 85. So 5 and 3 is 8. So I'm definitely 38.
Or you're getting ready to turn 38.
I'm getting ready to turn 38 this year. Yeah, that was
December. December.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So these people are probably, what the fuck are these two talking about?
Yeah.
So he is at least. If I had him at 26. I'm already past
12.
that, but he's at least 12.
12
so,
13.
So he's probably 13 years old.
13. That's good for a lab, man.
He doesn't. So like I was saying is, he is good. I mean, he can't do big days. There is no more big days for him. Mm-hmm. And last time I had him down in Virginia, where we were, I tried to give him the water, but I think it was a little uncomfortable with the current there. Mm-hmm. Because before him and water, like,
mm-hmm.
I mean, you know how labs are.
Yeah.
He would just go crazy. But now, like,
he does
some running around here, nothing crazy. But he definitely gets tired. But now he can't gently lay himself down. It's just like, in the middle of the night, you just hear like, huh. You know what I mean? Like his hips just like, like that. He's like, you hear the, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, dude. Yeah, it's halfway, just lets it down.
You know what I mean? Lets out that big old sigh.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah, dude. And then his fucking like he's always been like he never barks at anything. He's very gentle, but at night, like sometimes like or go off on something like, what are you even barking at? You don't even bark during the day. Now you hear some shit.
Dude, it's wild, man. It sucks when your dogs, are getting old. And as an adult, I've had Tank's my third dog as I've had as an adult.
Could have zoomed in more. No big deal.
You want me to zoom in a little bit more?
You're a piece of shit. I want you to zoom. The people need to see, at the least,
all right, guys,
my face.
Let's see.
You know what I mean?
Let's see here.
Fucking Jerry the Tech. Technically, Jerry is just fucking. Keep going to that dog. You know what I mean?
That's backwards.
Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, like get it the fuck in there. Look, even if I'm late here, I still got another foot on the other side of my head. Get that bitch out. You know what I mean? You sit down. You can go in even more. You can lose a whole nother foot from the other side of their heads.
Yeah, but you don't want your heads on the
Everybody now is obviously anybody that's paying attention to this right now, a week from now, is going to agree with me.
You don't want the
okay. They're already agreeing with me. They think everyone else is just seeing heads up on podcasts.
Let's see. All right.
I'm not saying let's be different. I'm just saying let them see us.
I keep going backwards.
Yeah, keep going.
Swit lean in like that.
I'm just trying to see.
See, now you're all on the edge.
No, I'm not on the edge. I'm just in the view. I'm good to go.
All right, we'll rock with this.
All right. Now look.
All right.
I got my leaning post. Now look, we're that much closer.
All right. Good.
You gotta have a little belief, and that's what it's about. Have belief, okay?
Christ.
That's why I have you today.
You're seeing the real shit today.
Come on. So yeah, the dog's getting old.
Yeah, the dog. I mean, it's one of those. I heard this saying a long time ago. It's like one of those truest things. It's like the worst thing about having a dog is that you have to outlive them over and over and over again. Yeah, because we go through multiple dogs in our lives. Hopefully, you have more than one dog, and you're going to outlive.
That dog was too good.
You're going to outlive a bunch of them. I know, and I hate to say this, but I feel like it's some sort of truth to it in a nice way. I've already had my once in a lifetime dog. He's come and gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it don't mean I don't think Tank's great, and I love him. He's a family member.
I feel the same way about Lady. She's a great dog. She's a great cuddler. She's very about us, but she has a lot of nuances.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
right
God,
now, she's panting around the house because she's an idiot and she eats weird shit. She's a true lab. She will eat the fuck whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, and at least once a month she'll do what she's doing now.
Yeah.
She's trying to pass some. She'll eat, dude. She'll eat the crate. She'll just if a plastic water jug touched a piece of food, she's like, that must be food. I just eat that now. You know what I mean? And she's bad as fuck. She's not like a normal dog who learns. Look at these draw boogies out. You know, she doesn't learn from discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't train her into she's more like a prisoner.
Yeah.
She just learns not to do it when you're around. You know what I mean? And she's very smart. She knows when to wait. But dude is a human.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been since day one. He's just been like he fucking knows. Like when you talk to him and you hang out with him, we used to always say up in the mix. He'll be up in the mix. He's been a dog that's been allowed at bars to hang out and shit. Like I was like, there's never going to be a dog like this again. So I just don't know. I feel like I'd be cheating on him.
Yeah, and
like he's worthy of getting a tattoo. Like I want to get something for him.
Yeah.
Especially for the timeline of my life. A dog now isn't that special. When I got him, we lived in the car. We lived in the Subaru at one point together.
Yeah, and that's another part of it too. Same thing with Ruger, my first dog. I got him in 2003, and he through like massive changes of my life, right? And he was the same way. You could talk to him like a human.
Yeah.
You'd understand. He was the most well-behaved dog. He was a monster hunting dog, incredible. But he was like polite in the blind, had manners, lay down, mind his business. When it was go time, he was the man.
Yeah.
How many times I heard over 10, 11 hunting seasons with him that this is the best dog I've ever hunted with. This is the best dog I've ever hunted with. And it wasn't just because of his like retrieving and all that jazz. It was had a lot to do with everything else, just the manners and all that stuff.
Well, that's good because I've been in plenty of hunts. I've turned down plenty of hunts where like they're like, yeah, my buddy's gonna bring his hunt dog. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't even want to go because most time you get, dude, that is like, there needs to be an etiquette of hunting dogs. Like, your dog, not terrible. Like Josh's dog, please don't even like he would yell at you for clicking the safety off early. Yeah, because Tank's ready to fucking go. I mean, like, and some are too neurotic. Like, some are just like, they're so fucking amped up. They're amped up. I remember Spike used to get so fucking amped up. If you stood up too quick, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's hard to handle in there.
Yeah, he'd fucking bolt out of the blind.
And some dogs are assholes. Like, I remember one guy was like, just don't get around when you get too excited. I'm like, don't get around.
Yeah, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Bring that motherfucker in the blind. First off, I'm good.
Tank's worst thing is probably the impatience because he comes from a heavy field trial line. And he's real high strung.
Yeah.
And he's like, he doesn't have the patience to sit around for hours.
Yeah.
Where Ruger was an English bred lab, he was not a field trial breed where he did have the patience. So that's Tank's biggest thing is like he'll get antsy sooner, right? I mean, if it's action packed, then he's great because he can retrieve very well. He does listen for the most part. But other things, other little things around the house, and I feel bad saying that I've had my once-in-a-lifetime dog already. I hope that's not the case. I hope I get another one that was like Ruger, But in the meantime, Tank's he's the man. He's awesome. We love him. He is on his way out to retirement. He's semi-retired now. He's torn both ACLs. Getting old, fat, super slow. So we take him on easy hunts. I'm not putting him in ice cold marshes for 6 hours anymore. We're way past that. Easy dry stuff or easy pond stuff. Just because it's not fair to him. He'll do it. He'll do anything I ask him to. But it sucks when you see them start to decline and it like breaks your heart because it goes by so fucking fast.
Oh, I know. I stare at him and I'm like, man, and I take for granted that he's always there. He's always there every day. several times a day. He's always there.
So thinking about it, like we got Tank. Tank was born 2 months after Charlotte. We got Tank Charlotte was born in September. We got Tank in February, and he was born in November. So and Charlotte's getting ready to turn 10. Tank's getting ready to turn 10. And knowing that, like, he's got a couple good years left in him, hopefully, it's wrap your head, because it's a member of the family, right? And that, you're seeing his health decline. He's a senior citizen now. Charlotte's only 10 years old. You know what I mean? It's kind of wild, the comparison thing. Not that you can't fucking compare a kid and a dog. I'm not saying that. We're not one of those people. Oh, my dog is my kid. I get it to a degree, but who you gonna fucking pick? You gotta pick your fucking kid. You know what I mean? Come on, that's the truth of it, right? It's brutal, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Tom Segura, the comedian, I don't know if he said, he has that one line, like, I love my dog, but if my dog bit my kid, I'd fucking kill it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's the deciding factor right there, But anyway.
Well, on a more positive note now, since I'm just going to cry now. Let's go to current topics. Oh man, it'd be nice if we had like a jingle. Like you push a button, do a stupid jingle, like now current topics,
like radio.
And then we have somebody walks through the door. The couches. This is a new idea. The couches will open up. They'll sing and and shit. You know what I mean? And then the mailman will come in. Like
what was that fucking Pee Wee Herman?
We can just recreate that.
Well, current top. Pee Wee Herman just died.
Oh, did he really?
He had cancer.
Oh, shit.
What was he, 70 or 72, something like that?
You want to know a little secret about me? Is now I've gotten older, I always look up actors to see how they've aged.
Really?
Because then I remember them as a kid part, and I say, okay, well then you did all that during that time. That's how old. Now they're old. So you need to pay attention, like, cause you're in that span now where they were, like, and look how fast that went.
Yeah.
So I always do I always try to be very aware of the timeline of my life. Like I'm not waiting till like, all right, dude, we're 70, let's retire. I'm like, by then I'm like, you can just shoot me. I already did all the stuff. I'm like, I'm not trying to live then.
No, we talked about that before. Like living now, like thinking now is almost semi-retirement because it's a different phase of your life, and you're in more control of your day to day.
Yeah,
we're not a slave to someone else.
So let's stick on current topics because you're going off topic, okay? And I cannot have that. Okay?
No. All right, my apologies.
No, Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee Herman's dead.
He's dead. He's out.
Yep.
R.I.P. I loved his shows. I loved the.
Me too. Watch them.
I always think of whenever I hear La Bamba. He's up on the fucking stage doing his day. Yeah, that was like my shit.
Dude, I'm gonna have to introduce the kids to that. Pee Wee's Big Adventure?
Dude, I just watched that. I just watched that the other day. He was on Meatballs too. I just watched that the other day. He was a bus driver.
What a great movie.
And then he had a whole jerk off in the booths. They all took it really weird. I'm like, isn't that where you would do that now?
I mean, well, today.
How big would Pee Wee Herman have gotten if he didn't get caught jerking off in the booth? Or the movie theater?
Yeah.
I think it was a jerk movie theater.
Or if he did it today, it would just be okay.
He probably
feel like
he'd have an OnlyFans page now where he'd be jerking off and being even more millionaire.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you could do a quick Google search and find that.
Yeah. What was the thing you were talking about earlier, the protesters?
Oh my God. So protesters that, we've all seen it, block the highway, they block roads for whatever dumb fucking reason, right?
I don't know the reason behind that. Like,
I don't know either.
Well, continue, and then I'd like to touch base on how protesting...
Well, we're not going to understand it because you wouldn't do something so fucking stupid. And I don't disagree.
Don't fucking doubt my ability to do something stupid, nor fight for the community and the rights I believe in.
That's true. But, however, and I'm not saying protesting isn't a good thing or you shouldn't be able to do it, but why are you ruining somebody else's fucking day? That's not a protest. That's just being a dickhead.
Like we said, a lot of bad salesmen.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So what were they doing?
So they were sitting across the road.
For what reason?
I think it was climate.
For fucking what reason, Jerry?
I think it was climate. They were environmental protesters.
There has been a lot.
Which is even fucking worse because it's a big fucking hoax anyway. Anyway, we can talk about that some other time.
Wow, Jerry, conspiracy theorist.
So these fucking hippies sitting across.
UFOs are fake. Fucking greenhouse effects are fake. We never landed on Mars. Moon, whatever.
So anyway, yeah, they're blocking this road. Got traffic backed up for 16 miles or whatever the fuck, and just sitting there. Well, eventually, and the cops had enough of it, so they drive up and they're like, he on loudspeaker, "Move, or I'm going to run you over. You got 30 seconds." And here comes another one around, drove past him, turned around, and just fucking ran right through him. Now they moved, but he ran all over their shit. Boop, hit their trailer, pushed it out of the way.
Okay, you sold that a little late because I was like, "Whoa!" The new police tactic is just like, "Hey,
fucking get out of the
we're
way.
going to mill you over."
And look, and here's why I agree with it, because I'm tired of seeing people just fucking bend the knee to basically a crybaby throwing a tantrum. That's what you're not protesting. You're just throwing a tantrum, and you're ruining how many other thousands of people's days by doing it. If I'm driving down the road, it's got nothing to do with me.
I think it goes very deep.
I don't give a shit what you do.
I think it goes very deep. You keep continue.
Yeah, I don't care what you do or what you believe. You have every right to do it and believe it, but don't take someone down with you. And that's what they're essentially doing. And when I saw that police truck drive through those guys, it made my heart so fucking happy.
That's because you're a fucking nihilist, dude.
So they get all out of the way, and they come back around, and they proceeded to, and now all of a sudden they're panicking. Now they're all crying, and why are you doing this? Well, we told you to get out of the road. You can't block a highway, and then the arrests started coming, and it was great. I love to see it.
When you say all that, and I picture it in my head, all I can see is the layers to that. That's all I can see.
Think about this way.
There's so much to that.
So if you're going to protest something and block something, right, and really cause a disruption in something, why wouldn't you focus it on the thing you're protesting rather than just people that have nothing to do with it?
And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's no one there to tell them that. I would think, sometimes I ask God to be a lot of hitter. And I'm going to tell you why. Just so I can help people. Because there's a lot of bad salesmen. There's the people that don't know how to get it done.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was like, I'd be like, if I saw going on, say I lived near there, and I was a wealthy person that was like an anthropologist, you know what I mean? Like someone that's going to be helping people, right? That's the word, anthropologist, right? Yeah.
Philanthropist?
Who gives a shit?
Right.
I mean, dinosaurs,
right.
I mean, fucking moon theories. It's the fuck, I mean.
I'm glad you said that quietly.
So, that's why I needed money. I'd be able to read for books. So, I would then go to them like, "Hey guys, like you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Like let these people don't give a fuck. Let's get out of here. Let's go. But let's like
the problem is they don't care about that.
You gotta have. I just think I don't know that they don't. They probably don't. Here, look, layers. There's so many fucking layers.
I agree with you.
I see myself saying that. There might be one person like, all right, that makes sense, but where do we go? So you have to have a prepared answer for them. But then there's just. Now, you've been in arguments with people. There's a lot of people who just are bad listeners. You'll be like, they're just there to be angry.
But for how long do you let that go? Like, how long do you
let what go?
Keep rewarding bad behavior?
Is it rewarding?
How long do you just continue to say, well, they just don't know any better, and they'll eventually learn? Because this has been going on.
But what do they need to learn, really? I mean,
to do it the right channels. I don't disagree with doing it. I disagree with the process.
The problem is, how are they going to? They're low level. They're fucking foot soldiers. How are they going to make a change? I think that's the problem. They only see that as a way to make a big change. So if I looked at it business wise, that's a big hit. If margin wise, if all I got to do is walk out, stand, and I can make that much noise, I mean the investment, the ROI on that's pretty good.
But they're doing more harm than good because they're just making people hate what they're doing.
They are.
Rather, you know what I'm saying? And these are adults. These aren't children.
I know. And that's the bad salesmanship.
So I can't.
I understand the idea of it, but at the end of the day, they gotta go through all that red tape, and that's a fucking nightmare.
But what I'm saying, it's been going on how long, and just now, and this is why I agree with it, because now the police are getting fed up with it. Like, you know what? Stop fucking doing this. You just ruined thousands of people.
It's getting hot here. I'm getting fucking heated.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Crank that thing up.
I think I actually have a turn the tap down up too much. All right, continue.
Anyway,
I'm gonna concerned to let my semi spray.
That's really it. It was just one of those things where it kind of made me smile. But here's, in the end of the day, dude, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't affect my day to day. if I'm...
That's the problem.
If
secretly that is the problem,
so
it doesn't affect you.
It kind of is, but that's why it made me happy that those police that it did affect, they acted on it. And I feel like they acted appropriately. Because those people aren't going to get in real trouble. They're not going to get in real trouble, right? They went home, they're fine, nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
But they're going to be like, maybe we shouldn't do that again. And that's why it was a good thing. Maybe we shouldn't do that here. Maybe we should find a better place. I think in the video you hear the cops say that. Like, find somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, any cops will tell you not to do it. They're going to give you the path of least resistance. Like, I believe in what you're doing, but just don't do it here. Because you're causing me some problems. But I don't care if you do it over there.
Well, just don't...
So I'll do it with paperwork. Please get out of here.
The people that it doesn't affect should not be punished. If somebody's just trying to get home or just trying to get to work or just trying to pick up their
fuck
kids.
Those people too. Just trying to get home. No. Fuck them. They're probably got a bag of McDonald's, stuffing it down their fat fucking face, and probably sat on TikTok the whole time.
There's your layers.
You acting like they're saving fucking saints out there.
There's your
fuck
layers.
those assholes too.
Yeah.
Alright? You know what? They probably deserve to be stopped. Fuck them too. You know what I mean? Maybe they need a moment to be like, you know what? Why are these people standing here? Maybe I need to look at my life. You know what I mean?
What about emergency vehicles? What if there's an ambulance in there just needs to get somewhere to go save mom?
Well, everybody should know how to turn left and right. You know what I mean? Like, just get out of the way.
Well, that's what...
I find that most traffic, I am impressed, as bad as drivers people are, and not that they're bad drivers, there's so much ego involved with driving, that when an ambulance comes or police comes, most people get everybody coordinates and gets out of the way. And it's
you figure it out. Even in traffic. Have you ever seen it in traffic?
Yeah.
Where you think, this is fucking impossible. When we were leaving that concert a couple weeks ago, it's fucking bumper to bumper every which way. There's nowhere to go. And then here comes an ambulance, but somehow that motherfucker got through. Everybody moved an inch, a foot here or there, and this big old ambulance split everybody and got where it was going. It was impressive. That was nice to see.
That's nice stuff to see. And,
it is.
It is nice to see nice stuff.
I think there's way more nice stuff than bad stuff.
It just depends on what you're looking at.
Yeah, I only look for only good.
If you look for, like most of the internet is softcore porn, girls in yoga pants.
That's nice. So weird. That's nice stuff, right? That's nice stuff, right?
It's just damaging for the mind. You know what I mean? Like, why? Might as well just be. It's just weird to see. I don't like the. I definitely don't like the internet anymore. I've seen it all. I don't like the algorithms. I don't like.
You gotta change your algorithms.
No, I don't like the template of everybody and like the shorts and how fast everything is. And I don't like. It's just a bunch of cheesy people. You could, if it was a gun video, if it was a dancing video, if it was a cooking video, it's all the same thing. Let me do a quick chop where I look like I did part of the chop on the onion and just quick splits and all. It's like, what are we doing?
So do you know
what are we doing?
There's a
why are we watching this stuff?
There's a fascinating thing I've kind of picked up on recently. I first heard it with the show Cocomelon, the kid show.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a lot of parents that don't like it, and I didn't understand why, but I found out the reason is it overstimulates the kid because their scenes are so quick. They're like 3 seconds or less. It's like 3 seconds, then it switches, then it switches, then it switches. It's not like a steady scene, right? So then I'm like, damn, that's a legit tactic. They're doing that to get more addiction to their show, more views, right? And then there's a YouTube channel that's great, by the way, Outdoor Boys. This guy, actually Ryan Hogate turned me on to him.
Okay.
Great for the kids because it's a dad and his boys, and all they do is like camp and fish and hunt and travel.
Is it slowed down?
Huh?
Is it slowed down?
No, it's not. But I'm watching them, right, Jerry, and I think it's great content. I think it's good for kids. I think it's wholesome and all that good shit, right? He was a defense attorney. Now he makes millions of dollars a year on YouTube with his YouTube channel. But when I watch his episodes, and they're all long format, maybe not technically long format, 30 minutes to an hour or so.
Okay.
He has those fast edits, those fast cuts. And I counted. There's 3 seconds or less. So it was like 3 seconds scene. Even if he's speaking just like a sentence, and he's standing around a campsite and he's speaking about one topic, he will chop that topic into like 6 video changes, 6 screen changes.
Yeah.
So it has to be a tactical move for him to get his audience to stick with it longer
For
and
sure,
longer and
it's
longer.
hard because less people, like myself, I like a long version of stuff sometimes. Speaking of hunting videos, what I'm talking about is I hate most of the internet for the gimmick it is.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I wanted to watch some duck hunting videos with Macon. So the only ones I always go back to are Duck Commander, because Duck Commander does not. They don't need your. They don't even need you to watch it.
No.
They don't need. It
They just
doesn't need
film-
to be like,
they just film them in the
today,
blind.
if you sign now, $10,000 we're giving out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Boom! Oh, this is the most incredible bird.
No.
Oh, I can't. What is like all that shit? I'm like, so I watch them because it's like it cuts right to their stuff. They're like sitting in the blind. Like
It's just like me and you sitting in the blind.
I just want to watch. I don't. If it's good, it's good. Everyone's selling the gimmick to get it and on it and then all this stuff. I'm like, I can't stand. It might. I don't know if it's the same low tolerance man that has the same voice on all those videos. It's like the same fucking ubiquitous fucking whatever across the board. And I like watching Duck Commander, especially the old ones, because that wasn't even a thing then. I just want to watch the hunting. The coolest thing on there is the fucking huge duck blind they built in the middle of these trees.
But they're cooking crab legs and fucking peach cobbler.
There's no
shit.
gimmick to that. Like that's what I like. So I can't do the. I have to filter through the internet. It's very hard to do, and it's just less. I hate, and I understand why it works, but I'm not one of those people that's like doesn't understand what it is they're really watching and why they're doing it that way they are doing it.
No, for sure. Speaking of Duck Commander, what was great about them is like even after they were super rich, like they've been rich for a long time, way before the Duck Dynasty bullshit and all of that. They were super rich, but you see like they still have the same shit.
I was blacked out during that. I feel like God, I'm like lightheaded.
You were speaking from the heart, but no, like, you see, like if you see Phil Robertson's garage, his barn, and it's a fucking. It looks like a bomb went off in there. It looks like my garage in the middle of hunting season.
And you can tell he just kept adding more. It's like there's
just fucking decoys everywhere. There's shit shells everywhere. The guys are like, they're just normal dudes.
Yeah.
And even though they make, you see Phil Robertson's house. It's a fucking manufactured home.
Yeah.
In the middle of the woods. He don't live no different than he did 40 years ago.
I like his thought. They're like, we'll just keep buying some hunting land. I don't need all that shit.
I can't imagine what they own land wise.
They probably got
and they probably put hundreds of thousands of dollars in habitat on their property.
I mean, I can't wait till the day. I just need to solve a beaver problem. That's my day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? That would be incredible.
So what other current topics are out there today, going on?
So, I know one thing I've kind of picked up on actually liking is this Oliver Anthony dude.
Okay, you said something about this. Who is this guy?
I mean, he's just a musician from Virginia.
Oh, yeah, the
Red-haired, red beard.
What's everybody in the roar about? Other than
I don't think anybody's in an uproar about it.
His song, he's got a great voice that's not...
He's like old country. That old style, Appalachian.
Rihanna listens to the pop country. The guy, like, it's funny because the electricians were in the fucking, putting in the wire and everything, and I was like... You want me to turn on some real country? Because I cannot stand the same... I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed. It's the same song, same girl. I want a guy who's singing like straight, just hard time, depressing.
Yeah.
But it's like I want it real. I don't want the same #1 hit song they keep trying to pump out with the same voice that's gotten a little less... And no one has... You know what else I hate? No one has a slide guitar. I hate that. George Strait is like he is one of my favorites for that. If you play a slide guitar and he has a certain sound, and I love that sound. That slide guitar is everything.
It's that older style, right? Like I'm with you. Like Morgan Wallen, he fucking sucks.
I don't know. He does. He's got a voice. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, but his fucking music sucks. You can have a voice and have your, He's
got a couple. That one he sung, the one. What's that one? He sings his acoustic version of that song. The one love song he has.
I don't know. I don't like it.
But
anyway,
yes, he's on the same shit.
That's what I mean.
Some of those guys have
awesome
voices.
It's not that you don't have talent. They've got talent.
They got talent. They can all sing.
Yeah.
I think more. I mean, Morgan Wallen, I think has like a bomb. He has a particular sound.
Right.
It's like Eric Church. Like when you hear his voice, I'm like, dude, you just cannot replicate that. And his song, like he's one of my favorites.
Me too.
I love his lyrics about shit he sings.
Especially when he first came out. His first when he kind of first was hitting the scene in 2008ish. I actually saw him at the Bottom of Cork. Bottom of Cork, one of me and Pam's first dates.
Oh.
And she was like, had to be summer 2009. And she was like, hey, you want to go to the Bottom of Cork and see a country show? And I was like, yeah, sure, it's fine. And I'd already known Eric Church. I've had his CD.
Yeah.
And so we're driving down through Dewey.
Driving in what? What'd you own at the time?
I think my Nissan Titan.
The Nissan Titan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're driving through Dewey, and I see at the Bottom of Cork, Eric Church tonight. And I was like, that's where we're fucking going? She's like, yeah. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I had no idea. She's like, I don't know who he was,
like,
whatever.
You're the coolest chick ever.
Like, dude, that's fucking, I can't wait. And then she got blackout drunk.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, obviously. And then I like him, Gary Allen. I love his lyrics, like that dark shit.
Yeah, I like
Tim McGraw put out that, I don't know if you ever listened to the album. It was crazy because he has a lot of good bangers, and I do like.
Dude, the 90s country was awesome.
I love, like, you talk about some cheesy country, and I like cheesy. I like some Kershaw, dude.
Kenny Kershaw? No,
Sammy Kershaw, dude.
Yeah,
his
Sammy
fucking
Kershaw.
songs. You want to talk Queen of my double wide chair, like that shit. Bring that shit back, because even the music though is good. Like I love that, like Texas Size Heartache, all that shit. I love that song.
John Deere Green. God damn it, why was that guy's name escaping me? Pickup Man. God, he died during COVID. Fuck.
Damn.
Anyway, whatever. We'll come back to it. But no, so this dude Oliver Anthony, right? So like 2-3 weeks ago, stumbled across some shit on TikTok, people sharing his stuff. Like, man, that's pretty good. This kid's young, and he's singing like he was born in the 50s
and
60s.
He's got
right?
pain in that voice.
Yeah, it was like and his song that's that's really blew him up. The Richmond, North of Richmond.
Yeah.
And that's a fucking good song. I like that. Well, then all of a sudden, legit, like 2 weeks ago, he just blew the fuck up. People found him, whatever. He was actually on Joe Rogan yesterday or the day before.
Oh, right, nice.
So from 2 fucking
I'll
weeks.
look it up. What's his name again?
Oliver Anthony.
Okay, I'll listen to it.
So apparently that's not his real name. His real name is Chris something.
They changed it that much?
No, but listen, he had this. He had this forever. He made his Facebook page Oliver Anthony Music because that's just Oliver Anthony Music because he wanted to dedicate that his grandfather's name was Oliver Anthony.
Okay.
So he was dedicating that to his grandfather who's a musician.
Okay.
So when people found him, Oliver Anthony Music was his page, they just assumed his name was Oliver Anthony. So he's just like, my friends call me Chris. He's like, but fuck it, I'm just going to keep Oliver Anthony going, whatever.
Okay.
So, but no, I think you'll like his music. I think you'll like who he is as a dude, just a normal guy. I wonder if he would sit in on our podcast.
Probably not.
He only lives fucking 3 hours away, 4 hours away.
Right? How do you? This is something that we should ask. What's your name? Like, how do you find people like that? How do you reach out?
Look, let's take a picture. I'm gonna message him. He said on Joe Rogan, he's like, I still handle all my social media. I don't have anybody that does anything.
Let's do it right now.
I'm gonna do it right now. Let's take a picture.
Look good. I was saying about Tim McGraw. His one, "Live Like You're Dying," actually nice dark album. It's a nice dark.
You tear up when you hear that song?
Yo, the sins of a father, the sins of a son.
All right, continue.
Should we have a guitar in the background? Does that help?
Nah,
should put Vince's guitar in the back. You gotta sell it. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, that was a nice dark album. I really related to that "Sins of a Father" or "Sins of a Son." You know what I mean? Yeah. There's some. I like that, but the pop stuff I can't do. I used to joke. I used to jokingly love. It could buy me a boat because at the time I was like very goal or very goal oriented, but I was at the very bottom of the goals. I was like I used to say and I used to say what's that fucking show on Adult Swim with the fucking redneck little fucking squids and shit. Squidbillies.
Squidbillies, yeah.
And he's like, pushing on the shocks. Like, yeah, it's my boat truck. And I was like, right, so I'm gonna get me I'm gonna get wealthy enough. I'm gonna get a truck boat truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh man. Anyway, but no, I think that dude. And this is what I think the internet's great for, because that guy would have never been discovered if it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah.
If somebody didn't share some shit and they got to the right people, now literally within a 2-week span, he goes from being just a poor Virginia dude, normal middle class blue collar guy, to he's turning down millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to sell out, right? His fucking song was played and video was shown during the fucking Republican debate last week. Because he's talking about politicians.
Yeah.
And they fucking put it on the big screen behind all the fucking candidates that were playing that song. And that was within a week or so of him coming out.
It's a powerful song.
So that's what the internet is good for, finding the talent that 20 years ago, 30 years ago would have never been found.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the cool shit people do, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I love most about the internet.
And I love the fact that you can just research anything on YouTube.
Yeah. No more Encyclopedia Britannica.
No.
No more have to find somebody to train you.
No.
YouTube University is the best.
It is a real thing. I mean, I use that, and you see my books over there. Like, it is a very, I guess that if you want to be relative, I guess we should take the TikTok, and then a current topic comes up like that, and you we splice what we just talked about and put that on TikTok and circulate it around.
We're learning. We're getting there.
We're learning. We're still learning.
Which, by the way, so we do have a TikTok. We have a Facebook fan page now that we'll be pushing out.
Okay.
We're gonna have to get Instagram. So we're going to be pushing out more of that stuff here soon. I cannot wait until the kids get back in school and I can get back to focusing all through the middle of the day. And really,
what have you been doing?
The last 3 weeks have been doing? Taking care of Pamela. She just had surgery.
Yeah, that's right.
Running the kids around, doing what they got to do. Yeah. A little bit of work and football practice.
Yeah, football. It's been fun.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
We're you
have a scrimmage
yet? A month in. We had a game.
Oh, you had a game?
We had a game last week.
How'd you do?
Lost.
Awesome.
Everybody's learning. Everybody's learning. We learned.
Who's the lose to?
Kate.
Huh.
Kate. We lost. I mean, and we'll take the blame.
Why'd you
right?
lose? The fuck is going on over there?
Stupid mistakes. Not
Say little things. Things.
Number one was 2 busted plays on the outside with no containment with our linebackers.
Where the DNs? You run DNs?
So
what do you run? What defense?
It has to be a 6-4-1.
Does it really?
Yep.
Why?
That's just the 6U Pop Warner rule. So
you can't be too cool out there.
6 now. Yeah, you can't.
Nobody wants to learn. That's pretty much what it sounds. Hey, look, keep it to this because we're all we got dads.
I would love.
We love it because I bet this is why, because they don't want a bunch of dads coming in there and one dad's like, I know the whole fucking system.
Eagle up, go. Let's go.
We'll run a 2-5 real quick. No.
Yeah, I mean, but no.
2-5 is live.
So you've got 4 linebackers, outside linebackers, and more of your containment guys.
Okay.
Right. So we have some pretty decent outside linebackers that really like to make plays, and that's great. They're fast, but they're also 5 and 6. So it's to say, look, man, you have got to understand your assignment, and your assignment is not to make every tackle, every play.
That's true,
right? So what I tell these guys is, if nothing gets outside of you, right? And you got to dumb it down or speak different languages to get them to understand certain things. I'm saying, like, put your butt to the sideline. And that's how you're watching, right? Don't square up to them, or don't find yourself chasing them from behind in the backfield, or don't run in just because you think the play is going over there.
Yeah.
Stay home for a minute.
You gotta stay home because then you might need to put the pursuit on.
And that's
behind the line of scrimmage trying to put the pursuit on.
And that's what happened.
You're already too far behind.
And I don't know. I can't imagine Cape ran this on purpose. Maybe they did, but a couple plays it looked a lot like a counter. And that's pretty advanced for a 5-6-year-old, but they might run it. They might have executed it perfectly, and we got bit on it big time by a linebacker not staying home.
And the guy just ran right up the middle.
And it was just fucking green acres by a third of the field. So
beautiful.
And we lost by 1.
Ooh. Lost by 1.
Lost by 1.
Really learning.
And and I think the boys realized, like, okay, that was the first one.
It's nice. Sometimes it's nice to lose your first game.
Yeah, we can get that out of the way. So we play Laurel.
You get that monkey off your back.
Yeah, have a bye this week. play Laurel next week down there.
Yeah.
But now it's fun, dude. It's exciting to be on the field. It's exciting when you kick, because we still scored 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You know, it's exciting to watch them boys get after it. Offense was doing great.
Good. Yeah. What was the score?
34-28.
Okay, so you guys are scoring.
Yeah. Okay. And we actually came back. We had a 3 touchdown deficit, and we came back.
What was the halftime speech like?
Get your fucking shit together.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck home.
Proper amount of cussing.
What are you doing? No cussing. I'm paraphrasing. But so yeah, second half much better. We actually end of the game is just a running clock for 30 minutes. So so we kind of got to get your ass moving.
Yeah.
And
we got some time to make up here.
We scored a touchdown. Got the ball, or got back on defense. We told our defense, like, look, we need the ball. Let's make it happen. Get the ball back. And it was just stupid as just telling the kid, go take the ball. And this one kid, Cody, he goes, okay. And that motherfucker ripped into the backfield and took the ball from the running back.
Poached it.
Offense got back on the field, scored a touchdown.
I like that.
Now we got
I like that.
Now we got like a minute left.
That's camaraderie building.
Yeah, got like a minute left. We got on the field, boys are fired up. We got to do it again. It's that easy, guys. See how easy it was? Let's go. They're all fired up. Capes coach just milked the clock down and ran us out of time. So, whatever. I can respect it. You know what I mean?
What other current topics are out there that are hot?
I don't know, man, because I try to stay away from it. These are ones like I just stumbled across.
Okay.
The one with the protesters, Mike Bear shared to us because we thought it was funny. And it was legit, just like, haha, look at these guys. It's funny. The Oliver Anthony thing's been all over the place.
What's big in the news right now? Other than like weather, everybody's getting destroyed in those fucking hurricanes.
You know, this is like almost every year this weekend we get some sort of hurricane action, some sort of storm that comes up.
Every year. When I lifeguarded, the end of August, that's when it starts.
Yeah,
you have to go out and start talking to the people like, look,
yeah,
there's going to be riptides now, rip currents, so everything that you're going to go out there and there's going to be a 5-foot ledge off the beach because the water's just moving like crazy. And then
you're rescuing.
Dude, it's unbelievable how dumb people are.
Yeah.
Like, people will leave their toddlers. Dude, you just see like a lack of... people very much underestimate the ocean.
Yeah.
They're like, the kids are good. They're right there. And I'm just
this has to be people that aren't from around here.
That's a lot of it, man. And
I know when I grew up, it was like beat into my brain.
Yeah,
not even to like turn your back on the ocean.
Even if your kids are swimmers, once the panic sets in and they go out in a rip current, it's kind of okay. I've gotten some. I was telling Rihanna the other day because she had this experience. Because lifeguard came to talk to her. You said don't go outside this flag because it's by where there's storm drains where water's coming out, so it's even harder there. So they keep you away from that. And it talked to her about the rip current. I'm like, this time of year is very real because a lot of times this time of year I would embarrass dads a lot of times because they would be pushing their kids on the boogie board, and most people don't know what it looks like. It's very subtle sometimes, but and then sometimes not that quick, but a lot. And you gotta even just like a 6 or 7. If you got a little Jerry on there, for the most part, he's strong enough to paddle around himself. But once you get the current,
totally different monster.
And they're going out. No one's experiencing that, so they'll start to panic. And so a lot of times what happens is I've already seen it happening. I can remember one time a dad waving at his kid. He doesn't understand his kid is trying to tell him he can't get back in.
Yeah.
I run out, I rescue him real quick right in front of the dad, and he just chewed my ear out, because he I made him look bad essentially. I was like, dude, that kid was going out, man. I'm like, we got a rip current right here. It's just developing. I said, but that kid was going out, and I don't wait. Lifeguarding. People say, well, how many saves did you have? I'm like, I don't have a lot, technically.
Because you don't wait for
them. I don't wait for them.
Yeah.
I don't bring people back to life. I go get them before that happens.
Yeah.
Because I even chirp at people. I'll go, like, give them up, like, you okay? Because I see, like, once you start seeing people go to their back and doing this, like, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't doing that earlier. Like, you kind of, like, do you want me to come out there? Because, like, you'll have a couple, like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm going to check with them.
You just
like,
keep
one
a
more
good
minute.
eye on them, you
want me to come out there? And then someone will be like, God, come out, You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember one time when I was a kid, I was an older kid, but still, like, with my parents regularly. Like, so maybe 9, 10, 11-ish, somewhere around that age.
Yeah.
And it was later on in the day, like early afternoon, mid-afternoon, something like that. Me and my dad were out in the ocean, and we were pretty far out. Like, not far out. We were standing out. I would say chest deep, right?
Yeah.
And,
well, on our beaches, that could be 4 foot into the water.
Yeah. So, but there was a nasty rip current going on. There was some waves, there was some rip current.
They'll pull you sideways. A lot of shit will pull you sideways out, too.
So we got hung up in it, and it was fucking pulling us out.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, he's a dude, and he was pretty calm. You couldn't rattle him, you know. And I remember being like, I couldn't get, like, I wasn't able to get in. He was right with me, and I'm like, all right, I'm thinking like, I can't get in. I said something to him like, I can't like go back in there. And I saw he didn't say anything, but I saw it. I saw he was having trouble getting back in, and then I saw him go from having fun to like, all right, we're working now. And it wasn't a panic. Yeah. It was just like, all right, let's focus on this right now.
Like, be for real with me for a second.
We're not having fun right now. Let's get focused up. And we made it back in there. Yeah. But it was like the first time that I saw that, like, switch in my dad to go from, we're just having a good time, we're not worrying about anything, to go like, okay, let's pay attention now. Let's not fuck around.
People panic. First thing you see is climbing a ladder.
Dude, I can't imagine being in that position and just losing your shit, panicking full on, like you're losing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you see all kinds of stuff out there. I mean, rescue all kind of people. A lot of times too, a bad day like this, old people come out and like you try to go down and talk to them like, hey, maybe you shouldn't go. And old people fucking break their hips, dude.
Oh my
They'll keep going back in and like getting rattled around the short break. I'm like, and we'll go out there, and it's always a day where it's raining. You know what I mean? And we're all in our wet gear, and you just keep getting in and out of your wet gear. Like, dude, stay out of the water. Like, yes, you can go in, but like, you shouldn't be going in.
Right? Yeah.
Like, you're like 75. You see the water today? Like, unless you're like 20 years old, dude. Like, I even gotta watch the 20-year-olds. Like, this is Dewey. My God, might be hammered already.
Dude, a few years ago. There was a nor'easter had just happened, and the fucking surf was bad. It was real bad, but they were letting people in. It was like really good boogie boarding, surfing waves, right? And we were at the inlet, the south side, because the north side was really fucking bad, just because everything was coming in from there. Well, me, Pam, Tristan, and Christina were down there, and Pam don't fuck with the ocean, especially when it's like that. She ain't fucking with it. But me, Tristan, Christina, we go out. And we're having a good time, just whatever, jumping big waves. And we're all strong swimmers, we're okay. And, we get tossed around a little bit, but it was like fun tossed around. Yeah. Well, this one, I don't know, set of waves came through, and it absolutely fucking wrecked us. It wrecked us, dude. I'm talking like one of those ones where you're getting just like you're in a washing machine. Yeah. Tumble, you don't know which way's up. And as soon as you come up and get a breath of air, it was a fucking another one. And all three of us got absolutely annihilated. And you would kind of get up and get your shit together enough to like work towards the shore. So eventually after, and I don't know where Tristan was, I don't know where Christina was. And I'm just, just in this mess. And finally got out of enough where I could stand up enough where most of my body's out of water.
Yeah.
And Tristan's right there, and I get up and we're like breathing heavy, like, what the fuck? Here comes Christina. I swear to God, fucking floating, like
fucking dead,
on her back, spread out, and like just like a piece of trash.
Just washed up next to
washed up, hit her legs. It was the funniest.
She's like, we're done,
dude. Just like how she just got washed up with it's all laying down. We helped her out. It was the most hilarious. Because at no point where I was like panicking like I was going to die, but I just couldn't get out of it. I'm like, fuck, I just need a breath. And you would get a breath and then another one. And you're just tumbling, just getting slammed. But man, when we finally got out of that, and then here comes Christina, just washes up on the sand.
Ugh.
But I can't imagine if that was a kid, like somebody that wasn't strong enough to like kind of stand up for a minute.
Yeah, dude.
Because people break bones.
Oh yeah, man.
Get all kinds of shit.
People, dude, you could see some life-changing stuff out there. There's always every year. I mean, you could watch, like a person dive in the water, and then they're coming out paralyzed because people don't understand. Like, they just dive right in that water. And they don't understand it might be 2 foot deep, and they dive right in there and fucking just crack that neck. I've had even as a lifeguard, a very experienced swimmer. I've had scary situations myself. I mean, I had one during Rehoboth Olympics. It was kind of during a storm. I was hanging out in the water, and it was bad. The waves were there was when there's a lot, like when it's high tide and there's a lot of water, so you have a lot of mass. So you have so when a trough is building, it's pulling the water off of the beach. So that's where you struggle a lot, is you cannot get forward.
Yeah.
So then what you actually need to do is you need to lay down. You need to get low, because if you can get low, you can get below the mass of all that water, and it'll help you bypass the curl of the wave, and you get behind it.
Right.
And then you need to learn how to work the wave so where you can let it ride you back in. But the problem that happens is, if you get sucked out a little bit and the waves are actually breaking out a little farther, there's so much water between you and the beach, it's sucking you back in.
It just picks you up and slams you.
That you can't get, so you get stuck in a set where you need to, I had to keep laying down. I could not get out. I keep laying the fuck down and get underneath these waves until I could finally get a break and let one ride me in. I had a scary moment with surfboarding one time. We had these big rollers coming in. The water was just thick. It was just like, for our beaches, the water height was up, and so you had a lot of water moving. Made it easy to get out, but getting back in, there was just a lot of water coming off of the beach to build these waves. And I rode a wave, and it closed out. It bombed me, threw me all around, and when I came up out of the water, I was like, phew, and then the board went right by my head, because it was totally underwater, and I was like, okay, we're done. Because Mike over here surfing would not have known I'm fucking knocked out.
Right.
Like that would have been done. You know what I mean? Like, that's how fast you'd be done.
Yeah.
It'd be so quick. You save a lot of stupid people.
Dude, I was taught from an early age, respect the ocean.
You gotta respect the ocean. I've had funny moments too, like where I remember I saved a lady one time, and unfortunately, you can only move as fast as that person can move. So you try, like, as you're trying to get in, you're like, run with me, come on, like, you know the timing of the water, like, come on, you need to go, like, where it's not, we're getting caught right now, where the water's coming back out, we're about to get fucking slammed,
right?
Because our waves crash right on the beach. Like, if you ever like surfed in California or something, like, those waves nice and crumble, they crash on water, it's nice and low. Ours is like wash up the whole beach, and then boom, right back on the sand. And I remember we got fucked up, and like underwater, like my hand, like it went on her boob, and it took off her, like I could feel, and as we're getting turned around, like, I am definitely just groping the shit out of this woman right now.
Oh man, remember it was just 2 years ago, you were out there with us, we did the drive on with like a bunch of people. That was the year that half the beaches were shut down because they were eroded away. Because even where we were at 3 R's, I think it was, the beach just had like a 3 foot shelf. Just a straight drop.
And that's all the time in Dewey. It's all the time there. You jump right off the water. You're right into the deep shit, like, right away. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's like a nice walkout beach, and they understand, like, dude, you will get taken out very quickly.
That's the thing. It always changes. Sometimes it is. When you were there last summer and you were visiting, maybe that's what it was. But this year, you don't know, or you didn't pay attention that the nor'easter just hit last week, and now all the beach landscape, everything is completely different.
And then there's there's different demographics that don't swim as well. There's like, you have people around the world that just don't experience that stuff. You have our Amish community comes down. They're mostly fully clothed.
In jeans.
They drown. They go out. They don't understand the water. It's a whole mess.
What kind of psycho do you have to be in wet sand and wet with fucking pants on?
I don't know.
You're an absolute lunatic.
There is all kind of weirdos on the beach.
Long sleeve shirts.
Oh, dude, like, even just weirdos. Even guys taking pictures of you. It's all kind of like probably just pedophiles and just gross people that are all over the beach because everyone's naked. There are so many wackos on that beach, man. You see so. If you want to see all of the world, just go sit on the beach for 110 days during the summer, and you'll see everything.
I'm sure.
When I told you a story about witches, what's like homeless people come down to come off of highs, I guess, and they get in trash bags and newspapers and sit in front of the sun underneath all that shit. All you can do is just check on them.
I'm glad that when I go to the beach, 99% of the time it's on the drive on. and you have less of that on the drive ons.
You got a little bit of walk out there.
There's a little bit of like, typically the person to your left and to your right is a lot like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got the same shit, you're cooking, you're friendly, you're sharing, you're all doing the same thing. You're all there to avoid that shit. You know what I mean? Everybody that does that is really avoiding that shit.
Yeah, and you also have secondary drowning, which is a real thing. So if you have somebody rescued, if they come out and they've swallowed a lot of the water,
seawater, yeah,
and they throw it up and shit, it's gonna definitely happen with kids. You can do the same thing with pool water. You can have secondary drowning, so then they have to hang out by the stand, and see if they puke more. Because what happens with the salt water is all that salt will go in your bloodstream, and then it will hang out in your lungs, and that salt will then start pulling in all the water.
Ugh.
So you have less room for oxygen in your lungs, and you could just drown right then.
That's
because you don't have the room anymore for
that's scary
to pull in any more.
Nobody's going to the beach anymore.
There's all kind of crazy shit that happens there, right? And even just the people that come on the beach, man. It's just wild, especially when running, especially when like bottom cork lets out.
Yeah,
I mean it's just like maniacs running down the beach and like hurry up and go to the water.
Yeah,
it's a shit show.
I've heard of that.
We've had where Cat was like, please bring your buoy and be prepared to use your buoy as like a defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for very drunk, rowdy people.
Yeah.
We've had fights go down. I mean, people will get, it's dude, man. It's a rumble pit, son. Like people get, you're talking about fucking juiced up people. Like you go down there and you tell a juice head to do some shit, he'll be real quick to be like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, we'll get some backup, then we'll come,
My favorite thing at running the bowl was when everybody runs out to the beach, you just stay where you're at. And you get the whole bar to yourself. I think I did the run one time. I've done running the bulls plenty of times. I think I did it one time. I was like, why are we doing this? We could have stayed there. The bar cleared out. Now
so most of the time,
I can go get a drink now.
Stay. Shit. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not a great time for that.
No, and it's hot and all that stuff.
We do talk about doing it. I mean, we do like that place.
Yeah, I've been there once or twice. Never talk about the storms and shit, but luckily somehow this storm isn't coming up to us.
They never make it up.
But I mean, it's not gonna. We're not getting rain from it. We're getting nothing from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm cool with that.
And another thing I typically pay attention to is because we're coming up. September 1st is tomorrow. It's opening day of hunting season.
We're gonna do a pigeon hunt.
We're gonna do a pigeon.
Yeah, we're shooting fucking pigeons, dude.
But that's what happens when these storms come up. You're end of August, loaded up with dove. You know what I mean? You see them all over your sunflower patches, and then this weird ass storm blow come through, and it fucking blows them all out of there.
The magnetic field, the barometric pressure fucks everybody.
Yeah. So
nature is very sensitive.
We don't have that, so I'm anxious to see what tomorrow's going to be like. Hopefully, we have a good shoot.
You guys, you're shooting on public or your
club.
Your club place tomorrow. How many guys do you think will be out there?
A lot.
Yeah,
probably. I don't know.
Well, how big is the?
So we're doing a little bit different this year.
A lot of people can get to a big sunflower patch can handle a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I think we have 15 stations where people can hunt. Because that's what's different. In years past, it's just been like, hey, just go
get 100 people out there.
Walk down the gravel, pick a spot, and everybody kind of knows, hey, I'm going to be here. You're going to be here. We'll volley them around and shoot and sit. But I think this year he's to be more strategic about it and say, here's spot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all around. How many acres of sunflowers we have planted up and down this, huge gravel road.
That what I'm gonna do today? I've been wanting to do this.
Get your hunting license?
I'm gonna get my hunting license this year.
You better.
I mean, I won't say that Daddy's ridden dirty a little bit. Sometimes. I mean, especially if I'm like my buddy's. Why am I buying this thing?
Yeah, you only got one time.
Yeah, one time. The whole thing is a sham to me anymore. All right, you need to get your federal stamp. You need to get the state stamp. You need to get your hunting license. I'm like,
number.
First off, why do I need to go to the post office to go get this stamp?
I know.
Why don't you just
only one of the stamps?
Just tell me you want my money and make it all one click.
Yep.
And it's getting expensive.
Yeah, I think for everything it's somewhere around $70-$80 for.
Oh, you're spending more than that once you do
your
duck
tags.
and you do your deer.
Yeah.
And you buy an extra buck or buy an extra something. Dude, you're spending well over $100.
No, it's like $80.
Nah,
for a resident. $25.
I don't fucking believe it.
All right, I'll send you a receipt.
What I was gonna say is, I today I'd like to go. I want to go buy a left-handed, not pump shotgun. You know, I have my Benelli Nova, which is a pump, but I'd like for bird. I'd like to not be pumping anymore.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Go get a. So there's
semi-automatic.
There's a hand. Yeah, there's a handful of
lefties.
Super Black Eagle 3s.
Oh, don't talk sex. I didn't.
Smyrna Sporting Goods.
I know, but that's more of a layaway. That's more of a what's that, $1,200 gun?
Like 2000. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking like
my buddy just bought one at Cabela's for some dumb reason. He paid $2,000.
Jerry hates Cabela's. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
This is conspiracy waiting. I don't know.
I'm not gonna support Cabela's when I could go support Smyrna Sporting Goods.
They suck anyway. After they got bought, the fucking bargain cave being gone, it just suck.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice for a few things because you can run up there and get stuff that nobody else carries.
There's like it's just, and then the clothing it's like
there's no selection in clothing,
and it's
whatsoever.
a fucking $1 million.
Yeah,
the fuck am I buying $300 fucking shirts for?
I did just buy little Jerry his first rifle.
Oh,
350 youth model.
Nice.
We're gonna practice with the scope today. So I want to get him identifying target. Where are you pointing? Right. I want him to get the field of view. And then the next step is going to be shooting target, and we're gonna practice until November. And if he could prove that, hey, I'm safe.
Yes,
I'm
around others. The others gotta have confidence. Someone brings her something like he's not gonna shoot me. Right?
No, I wouldn't take him with.
Swing through me, right?
No, but if he could continuously hit a target at 30, 50 yards, which should be very, very easy to do with this gun. I'll have him. Youth hunt on the deer youth hunt this year, November 5th.
I'll tell you what, it is being nice left-handed. I usually get a good spot in the blind. I usually get the end to the left or something because I can swing left and everybody's usually swinging right. So like I usually get my own little. Yeah. It's a lot better for me.
I'm always on the left with the dog. In other situations, nobody's a left-hand shooter with us, but with the dog, I'm either the left is ideal, but if either end, just because getting in and out with the dog.
I'd like to actually get a left-handed gun too, because I'd like to actually fucking load up with my left hand.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times with left-handed, either you're born ambidextrous, like I am, like there's a lot of things I still throw a ball in my right hand, but a lot of things like you're picking it up, and then you're switching your hand, and then you're doing the thing, a lot of switching around. So I'd like to get a left-handed gun, so I could because I like holding with my right hand. I can actually load quick with my left hand and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be quick with it.
Yeah, I used to always carry like I would have like while I'm shooting, you can do your 3, but then I have one real quick drop in.
Right.
I mean, you're trying to.
Right.
But yeah, I'd like to not pump anymore. It takes me off the target a lot. I like to. I like to have a better chance of getting more ducks.
You know what's funny is you'll go to a semi-automatic and you'll fucking try to shuck it. You'll try to pump it. You'll pull the trigger. You go. Oh yeah, every time. Every time someone switches, it happens. I mean, you just have muscle memory. Pull the trigger and you're already shucking that shell.
So I will get my license and stuff. So next Friday we're gonna do a dove hunt, right?
Yeah, I mean we could do it next Friday, or we could do it any other time during the week, whatever's good for you.
We're gonna film a hunt,
morning or the afternoon, whatever.
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, we'll go out there. We'll do the podcast and maybe shoot a bird or two.
That would be nice. It is. I don't think people know. Like they really do pitch in. Like they're not like. It's not like there's. I mean, you try to catch them randomly, but they will pitch in on a mojo. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to watch.
Mm-hmm. You said you have one. You got a dove mojo.
Yeah. From way back.
See if we can get 3 or 4 of them together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put them out there. And,
how many acres did you say you got? Some flower patches.
A lot. I mean, like 10 or 12, something like that.
That's
I think.
Nice. Yeah. That's nice.
And it's long. Like it's not like a big square patch. It's like long, spread out.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you been out there to see how many dove are going around?
No.
Have you ever hunted dove and then you walk out to the car and they're all on the power lines?
Oh yeah.
You walk out like, well, there's all dove.
Yeah, power lines that are hiding up in like cedar trees and shit. Yeah.
They're hard to find too, man. Sometimes I feel bad, man. Sometimes you hit a dove, like I try not to shoot them like a duck. Sometimes, like because sometimes with the choke I have on my gun, the high flyers kick, dude. I could reach out there and touch something. Mm-hmm. And I've done with dove, and you're like, I don't even know where the fuck that thing's at. You try, but because then you're impeding on other people's spot. Like you might shoot here, it lands on the party behind you. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta go over here. these guys.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do one bird at a time, a dove, because I want to shoot it and I'm going to watch it fall, and like have the dog and all that stuff. But still,
Are you bringing a dog? It's probably
tomorrow. I don't know.
It's probably too much for you. To
Probably,
measure,
yeah. But
don't bring it up.
But if you're going to drop a bird in corn or in beans this time of year, or in a even a mowed down sunflower patch, there's a lot of shit, and a bird just bury itself when it hits the ground. So like shooting it and watching where it falls and marking it really well to be able to find it, even with the dog, to get them in the area.
Well, I'm going to spray and pray is what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If 4 goes by, I'm hoping to get 3 of them.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, I don't know that I don't have as much control.
I mean, look, pulling the trigger until it stops going boom is a good tactic.
I mean, look, you know what I mean? You hit one, there's a couple left. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'll be fun.
I get to make, if I could tackle 3 times in one play, I'm going to do it. You know
It'll be fun.
How are we doing on time?
All right. Well, we're getting about there.
Okay. Let's touch one more topic. Let's touch, you know what? Let's go absolutely in the other direction. Let's talk about the question I had is how do you put to bed 2 kids? I just thought about this the other night. I was sitting there making the bed.
Bedtime routine.
I'm like, yeah, Ellie's asleep. I'm hanging out making it. I was like, wait, she's going to need to read books. How are we doing this? Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, like, because Candace and I would trade off. Like, she's like, I just put in bed for 2 because making's crazy. Like last night, kept coming in our room, and you're trying to get mad because dude, he gets a lot. He'll just start jumping on you and shit. You're like, bro, seriously, like, And right now I have a wood chip in my eyeball, and like last night I was not having it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so.
Dude. Sometimes when your patience is already thin, that bedtime routine
and I'm overstimulated. Like she was like, "How were the day?" I'm like, Daddy, look at me, Dad. It's like, fuck, boy. Like, how many times can you say my name? How many times I look like? Boy, it just goes.
And you don't want to. It's not like you're mad about it.
It's just you just talk. You get oversensory.
Yeah, you just need like a break, and that's.
And he jumps on me. They kick my nuts at least 32 times a day.
Yeah.
The little ones climbing on me, and they climb up by the legs, and which means they eventually just set their foot right in my crotch. I'm like, my nuts are done. My head's done.
Typically, Pam does bedtime routine. I get them in the morning because like she's already gone before they wake up to go to school. So I'm doing breakfast.
So you guys are trading off the parts of the day.
Yeah, because I'll have that in the morning, and then like, so.
So what does she do? How does she put
typically it's all right. You both go upstairs, get PJs on, brush teeth, because we can just tell them to do that.
Okay.
Right? Go do it. They know it's bedtime. We're getting started. Okay. They go up. They're doing that. They come back down. Whatever. Then it's like get a drink now.
No fight. Jerry ain't putting them no fight.
Rarely.
Oh,
rarely.
Nice.
Not then. Other times he will, or like on other stages of the routine he will, because it'll be like, "Well, I forgot a drink," and that's why I was like, "Make sure you get your drink before you go upstairs."
I bring the drink in now. I got that. Bitch.
Yeah,
I problem solve him before we get there.
Yeah, and then with Jerry, it's like, and we'll let them watch a show in their room to fall asleep to. And probably shit move, but whatever is what we do.
Thanks for the admission. Yeah.
What show do you want to watch? Are we going to watch today? Or I want to watch this. Okay, and then it's like, no, never mind. I want to watch that. All right, and then it's the talking to the delaying, right? Dad, guess what? What? Dad, but guess what? Let's spit it out. And he's like trying to think of something to delay.
Dad, I got a good idea.
Yeah,
as I'm trying to leave, like, what's the good idea?
Or his like fail safe, his go to is like when he can't think of something, which I'm completely cool with. Dad, I love you. All right, okay, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. So he's that's him. Get him squared away. Give him a hug and kiss. Okay, good night. Then it's over into Charlotte's room. Charlotte usually wants some time to sit down and chill with her. So it's really
she needs a break.
It's really just sitting on the bed with her, maybe watching an episode of Bluey or something like that, or something. We'll go through phases. Sometimes it's reading a book. Okay. Sometimes it's watching half a show. Sometimes it's drawing.
So Jerry goes first, and then Charlotte.
I mean, they're both in their rooms. Yeah. It's like you get in your room, I'll get to you in a minute, and we'll go there and there. Or if I'm up there too, then we switch. I'll go there first, you go there first, and we switch. Other times, like the majority of the time, is Pam's doing it. You're all done. Okay, I'll go up and say goodnight to him. Then I go up and I say goodnight to him.
That could be the thing. I could bring that up to Karen. Like, hey, do you want to just, put the kids to bed, and then I'll do the mornings? I mean, it's...
Or one person does one.
Or you evolve as the need.
That's really... It's always fucking changes. Yeah. It always changes. And I don't... as much as a pain in the ass bedtime is, because it's always when everybody's tired, so everybody's a little bit grumpier.
Yeah.
You know, like you say, if you're overstimulated or whatever, and you're just like, I'm tired of this shit, or I got wood in my eye, and I'm not feeling it, and you don't want to take it out on them, right? I do, even as frustrated as I get sometimes, or something's not going perfect, and you start feeling that like annoyed anger.
Yeah.
You know, I try to always think about, like, this isn't gonna last forever. A couple more years, I'm not even putting them to bed.
Yeah.
They're just saying goodnight and see you tomorrow, and that's it. And I don't want to rush that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I'm completely fine if Charlotte wants a couple extra minutes, you know, before we go to bed. We'll talk about her day. We'll draw a picture. Whatever we're gonna do, because I know she's almost 10. She'll be 10 next weekend. So, in what, man? Fucking 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, whatever it is, like, that's no more of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I'm gonna be
sad. You'll be missing it.
and then you're gonna miss it. And I try to focus on that, so I'm not losing my fucking shit on them because they're annoying me.
You got some good reflection there.
Yeah. So I try to focus on that shit.
Megan pulled some funny moves last night. We were reading Red Llama Pajama. He was like, llamas have big butts.
Yeah.
And then he just gave up last night. So he came in the room several times. And I keep putting him back in. And he'll be like, can you sleep with me 1 minute? I said, I'll sleep with you 1 minute. I don't do this. I mean, 1 minute.
Yeah.
And then my new move now is I ask, I don't know if it's good, it's probably bad, but I instead of leaving after a minute, now I'm trying to, like, can Daddy go to sleep now? Mm-hmm. So, like, he was like, no, not yet, not yet. And then, like, the third time I asked, he's like, okay. So then, like,
that's a good move. It is a good move. Asking permission.
Yeah. So now, and then we were good, and he did come in a little bit later. And then he was sitting by the bedside, but he wasn't trying to climb into bed. And I just, like, rolled over and just, like, you know, it was just, like, silent, and he just, like, gave up. He, like, walked out the door, and he shut his door a little hard. He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then went to bed.
Punk ass bitch.
Yeah, punk ass bitch. I'll get back. You know.
Nah, man. Like, I think it is important to, like, be aware, and, like, this isn't gonna last forever, and, like, try not to let it lose your shit, because, dude, I know you got to be like this too. Sometimes it's just like you want to fucking just lose your mind over.
I'm like, whoop your ass! You'll stop jumping. And that's what it is. Like, all right,
look, man. I'm gonna you want to get punished? Like, you want to get any?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just turns into a screaming match right before bed, and then you're like, fuck, man, I don't want to go to bed like that.
I even told Kansas, I said, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, he wants. You know, like, I feel bad. Like, we're kicking him out of the spot. I was like, I feel bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but you know, if you don't, you're gonna be fucking them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
He's gotta learn.
God Almighty, all those little things, the little nuances and growing pains and little stages you go through with the kids, and we all try to be great, but man, it's hard not to lose your shit sometimes.
It's, dude, and Macon can make it easy for you, because he'll just be an asshole. He'll just, like, start running the room. He'll start jumping on the bed. He'll start laughing, making it into the game. You know, like. I'm like, this motherfucker, man. And I know he's getting worked up, which is going to make it harder to even go to bed.
Yep.
Because that's that window. Like, they're tired. They go past that window. All right, he's up. Yep. He's fucking wound up now. Yeah.
That's how it is coming home from football practice every night. You would think after practice for 2.5 hours, Jerry's tired and ready to go to sleep. He's not. So we're getting home at 9 o'clock, and he's wound up. He's running around the house crazy. You know, he's got to get in the shower. So it's not like he's winding down, really. He's got to eat dinner still, and all the while he's just full of piss and vinegar. And most of the time it's just making us laugh, and it's fine. But dude, on nights where you're tired, you're like, all right, just fucking go to bed. I can't. You have to stop. You have to settle down. But they're just being boys. They're just being maniac boys. You know.
Megan pulled a good one the other night. He's been bad. He's been, like, getting really, like, bad at, like, we try to do dinner. We always sit down and do dinner. And then he won't eat, but we're teaching him, like, okay, well, you know, eat, like, you're still going to sit with us. Like, this is what we do as a family. We sit together, like, you know, and then he just gets bad, and then, like, he's trying to, like, talk him into sitting and, like, discipline, and it just goes south. Like, what the fuck, you're just doing so good.
Yeah.
And he storms off, goes to his room, and, like, Can's like, maybe he just needs, like, more attention. He's trying to get more attention from you or something, you know what I mean? And, So he's sitting there in his timeout, and I go in and talk to him about like what he was doing, what our expectations are, and he's like, "I heard Mom." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I heard Mom tell you that I need more attention." I was like, "First off, psychiatrist, who the fuck are you?" You know what I mean? Like, I was like, "This motherfucker." I was like, "Well, is that what you want?" He's like, "Yeah, I just want more." I was like, "Well, there's better ways. Just say you want more attention or something."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, "Bitch, how could you get more? I'm giving it to you all."
That's another problem with kids, especially toddlers and 4, 5, 6 years old, is like they don't know how to convey what they're feeling.
Yeah.
And Pam helped me out the other day with this. It's like, they have bad days too, Jerry. And it's like, damn, you're right. And I just don't think about that often enough. Where like they have bad days too. They're allowed to have a bad day. They just don't know how to express it or get it out or tell you about it. Their way is what we see as just being an asshole. You know what I mean? And like, damn, man. All right, I gotta be more aware of that. Because you just don't think about a kid having a bad day like we do, but they have their own bad days.
Yeah.
And like that's just a part of it. And maybe that's why certain times, or sometimes when he's being an asshole, sometimes it's just because of that reason. And might have been something we did earlier. Might have been something we did earlier today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Ain't perfect. Yeah, they are allowed to have a bad day.
Yeah.
It's something you don't know yet after having one.
Yeah.
It just looks like a normal, like he's being a dick.
Yeah. Fucking being parents awesome.
It's pretty good, man.
All right. Well,
That's good. What do you got for the rest of the day? Are you gonna go shoot?
No, we're going to do that later. I got to go back to the school, help Pam set up some things for classroom, school next week. So
I think I might fly down to the beach real quick and start my motor up. I don't know if I found some plugs on the old Black Max. I was running it a little heavy, so a little juiced up 2-stroke. So
yeah,
I don't know if I found some plugs. I don't know. I got a buddy flying in from Texas. I want to make sure the boat's good for Saturday morning.
Of course. Well, you better hurry up because traffic's probably going to get bad later. So, all right. Till next time.
Till next time.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.